Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble and windy home in Livingston, Montana. Okay, today's date is 11/14 of 2020. And yesterday, of course, was Friday the 13th. Now, I know some of you might believe this. Some of you are probably not going to believe this. I don't care because you don't live here. I've got no reason to lie. Officially, they clocked winds between 95 and 111 miles an hour yesterday here in Livingston, Montana. I said they clocked winds between 95 and 111 miles an hour. It sounded like my house was coming completely apart. I had a 4-minute, it's the last file I've ever done that I did on my channel. I had a 4-minute slideshow is all it was. And I played ever loving hell trying to get that 4-minute slideshow. It was concerning a Leatherman titanium charge tool. I do slideshows once in a while, but it took me forever to get that file up on YouTube servers because we kept having power failure, power bumps, power outages. My poor modem downstairs and my router and Wi-Fi connections and all that was going apey, and it was a bad day. I mean, it was a bad day. Noisy, sounded like boulders were hitting my house. Everything was going on here. Okay, I need to shut up and get off and get on to what I need to be talking about here. Now, some of you are probably going to get real bored with this. I don't know if you are, but I can't help that. I just make these videos and hope for the best. I'm not trying to make any money here, so what difference does it make? Anyway, I had a young fellow write to me by the name of Travis S. And I'm not going to give his last name because I don't dox people. But I thought I would make a movie file because I do this from time to time. I don't always answer email with a movie file, but a lot of times I will, That's because I'm boring. That's because I can't dream up anything new. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Travis S. tells me, he wrote me before, but that's neither here nor there. He says, I would truly respect your insight on current events and issues facing our country. Travis, we're going to be here for a long, long time if I really cut loose and start telling you what I really thought. I'm going to tell you what's going on in this country. 100% bullshit. That's what's going on. What's going on is a perfect example of this mess, this election stuff, this fraud, this coronavirus, this Russian collusion crap. All of this stuff is the way politics are played. And maybe not the coronavirus and whatnot have you, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there wasn't a bunch of criminal activity involved in that. But the simple fact of the matter is what it is before your eyes, my young man, is what it is. One thing that I can tell you right off the get-go is always, some older people are probably going to go, no, you're giving him wrong advice. No, I'm not. I'm a 68-year-old Vietnam veteran. I've seen plenty of bullshit in my day. I live by this. Always question authority. Because sometimes these people that want to rule over you are not nice people. They're not good people. They just as soon see you dead. D-E-A-D, dead. Thieving, lying SOBs anyway, man. And so, it depends, Travis, on what you're talking about. But, I've got some tips for you I'll give you. One thing, like I just got done telling you, question everything. That's another thing. Don't always believe authority, because you can get lied to in this society really, really easy. And, and question authority and only believe about half of what you hear, especially if you watch a lot of TV. As a matter of fact, if you watch a lot of TV, don't hardly believe any of that shit, especially from the news media and all that. It's bad, Travis. I'm telling you, man. I can't tell you every little thing to do here, but let me get on with this. I'll ad lib as I go here. You have a matter-of-fact voice and a sense of reasoning that resonates. Well, I thank you, Travis, but you got to realize that I'm not a very good orator. I come back from Vietnam and I was so traumatized that I stuttered. I've told this on my channel before. I stuttered for about 6 months. I had to reteach myself how to speak. And I still stutter to this day, and I still have trouble, looking at that camera and being audible enough to understand me and all this other stuff. So there you are, and I don't know everything. I'm going to be the first, I just know what I know, okay. Content containing your interpretations and explanations, the way you see the world events, would be very useful to my generation and younger that do not have the steadfast guidance we once did from an honorable media. Okay, here it is, Travis. This is what I got to tell you, or any young person that's has even stayed with this movie file long enough to hear me out. The thing of it is, here it is. Do never start believing that the government's going to take care of you. The government is your enemy. That's what I've got to tell you. Your freaking enemy. They just as soon see you dead. I know this for an absolute fact. But then I'm a disgruntled Vietnam veteran, and I've actually explained this on my channel many, many times, So the number one thing that you got to get through your head, Travis, is you can only depend on yourself. Take care of yourself. And I'm talking about yourself physically. I'm talking about yourself physically. I already said that. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and every other thing. Never think that the government's going to come along and just rescue you from whatever problems you're having. That's a pipe dream, and that's a lie. That's a politician's lie. I've watched it all my life. There. Got that one in there. Okay. Okay, I'm watching your backlog of videos. Good luck, because I got over 700 of them. And constantly keep picking up useful, logical thought processes that never crossed my mind. Well, you got to realize, Travis, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 68 years old, and I've had enough years in my life to get an attitude. Let's put it that way. I've seen some bizarre stuff in my life, counting the fact that I'm a Vietnam veteran and blah, 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 and all this other stuff, So, like I say, I don't know everything, but I've got some very definite suspicions on what is really, really, really going on this planet. But I know people don't want to face up to the truth. They don't want to face up to what I've got to say. There's a lot of people that don't believe me. You've got the perfect right. Don't believe me, because you're going to die anyway. I've said this on my channel lots of times. I really believe that the richest people on the face of this planet, whether it be 12, 15, 20 of them or whatever have you, Bilderberger Group, Illuminati, whoever you want to call these people, want to kill at least 2/3 of the world's population because they know doggone well that we do not have enough resources. We keep sucking resources off of this planet, out of the earth, polluting our water, polluting our air, and doing all that and putting nothing back. You can't do that because after a while, you're going to have 0 equals 0. There's not that balance there. We're not taking care of Mother Nature. We're not taking care of Mother Earth where all life comes from. You follow me? This business of us polluting the air, cutting the massive amounts of trees down, wrecking the oceans and all that is going to catch up with mankind. And there are people out there that know this, and they want to just get rid of as many people as they can so they can have the resources for themselves. But sooner or later, I personally believe that this earth is doomed due to mankind. Now pay attention. Mankind's greed. Yep. Like I say, polluting the air, polluting the water. I live up here in Montana, some real pristine country, and I've been around the world. When I was with Uncle Sam in the United States Army, I was in some pretty funky places, and places I'd go, ooh, I'd never live here, and I don't want to name them off or get somebody all ticked off, but I'd seen plenty of third world countries, and right here in the United States, I've seen plenty of cities that you'd never catch me living in. Because I grew up in Montana where the water, I can take you up to many, many streams right here in the Absarokas, right by Livingston, Montana. And you can drink right out of them streams without a worry in the world of getting botulism or, what they used to call beaver fever or sickness or any of that kind of stuff, In other words, when I'm trying to tell you, Travis, sometime when you think about it, just take it, wherever you're at, just reach down and pick up a handful of dirt. Just plain old dirt. Plain old dirt. Not off the hazardous wayside or anything like that, but maybe out of grandma's garden or something, and take a look at that earth. And a lot of people think it's just dirt. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's not just dirt. It's life. Sometime when you think about it there, Travis, walk by and put your hand up against say like a 100-year oak. That is pure life that you've got your hand on. That tree is giving off, you are breathing out carbon monoxide. That tree is taking in that carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whatever it is, what human beings expel. And in return, it's giving you oxygen that definitely supplies your life. You see where I'm going with this? We keep wrecking these things, and we're doomed. We're doomed anyway. I know for a fact that we've only got about probably somewhere between 300 and 500 years before this planet's going to run out of, things like, oil and petroleum and fossil fuels and stuff like that. You see what I'm getting at? And yet we're doing very little to look at alternative energy sources and stuff. And instead of fighting amongst ourselves and doing all the crazy stuff that human beings have done over the years, I'm going to tell you what we need to do. We all of us human beings need to do one thing, and that's band together, forget about making wars, and try to save this planet. But it ain't never going to happen because there's a power struggle going on, an evil power struggle going on to see who can control the most. There. There's some real truth coming right at you, Travis. And whoever else. But of course, I realize that there's people that don't agree with me or whatever. Fine, Okay. Okay, yeah, you said the backlog of videos constantly keep picking up useful, logical thought processes that never crossed my mind. Thank you, James. Travis S. out of San Antonio, Texas. I've never been to Texas before there, Travis. I'd like to go down that hot place. You know what I mean? Wink at the Mexican senoritas. I'm just kidding. I've been married 45 years. I'm sure my wife would not appreciate that. But there has been many, many times on my channel, and I'm not bragging, that I brought up this issue of self-survival. Part of my channel has been about self-survival, and all this stuff I've been talking about, how we've destroyed Mother Earth and whatnot have you. So my very best advice for you is to just, listen to yourself, listen to your gut feelings, always question authority, always question stuff. If that little man in the pit of your gut starts acting up and everything, you better listen to that little guy. He's trying to tell you the truth, and like I say, just know that you're your own savior, so to speak. Get as far away from them lying suckers of the government as you can get. Because I got too close to the government back in my younger day, and it wound me up in Vietnam and damn near got me killed. And plus, I've had a lifetime of problems because of Vietnam, and all that other stuff. So there you are, So I can't really go on and on and on because this file is 17 minutes. It'll be coming up on 18 minutes, and I just gave you a little glimpse of what I believe, and and you can, you kind of take off from there, because like I say, I don't have all the answers. I wish I had more answers. I wish I had more time, but I don't like making real long videos. I try to keep them between 10 and 20 minutes if I can. Okay. Anyway, we're coming up here. I'm keeping an eyeball coming up on 18 minutes, so I hope that cleared you up there, Travis, and be your own man, be tough, and all that kind of stuff, Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on down the trail, and adios, my friends. Now, how do I get out of here? Okay.